I've used this thing on like 3 different shoots now and I haven't had to charge the battery once. Let me ask you this, how many rules do you think you've underexposed this year? Don't worry, this is a safe space. Yeah, it's time for us to do something about that. Now, over the past few years, there's become a lot of ways to properly expose a shot outside of your camera. Most notably, those small hot shoe mounted light meters. TT Artisan and Reflux are probably the most notable ones on this cheaper budget, but unfortunately those have burned me more than once. However, recently I did get my hands on something that might have made me a believer again. This is the LD meter from Qi, and it just might be the most unnecessary piece of gear you're absolutely gonna need this year. Considering most of my film kit either has an unreliable, outdated meter or doesn't even have one at all, this is something I've really been searching for, because I can't Sunny 16 my way out of everything. This little guy is part light meter and part laser rangefinder. Yeah, someone made this and thought, what if it also shot lasers? Most film cameras, especially SLRs, let you focus through the lens, so what you see is what you get. But some older cameras, like vintage rangefinders or compact folding zone focus models, don't have that same focusing system. So this will actually give you that exact distance, which is pretty cool. Whether you're just getting into film or looking to downsize your travel kit, this could make shooting a lot cheaper and way less stressful. Looking at the design of this meter, it's clear this thing's been stripped down to just the essentials. Not to save space, but to make it as straightforward as possible. It has that tactile, refined feel that makes it easy to navigate, with the action button and toggle wheel to flip through your settings. This action button is also how you'll meter each reading of light or your distance, and the laser can be switched on and off at any time. There's a small learning curve to navigating the settings, but it's really nothing to sweat over. I originally wanted to make this with my Pentax or my Nikon F2, but the Pentax is back in the shop, and you know, the Nikon, for whatever reason, doesn't have a hot shoe mount with that prism. There is some dorky adapter I could order off eBay to slide onto the film wider, but I'm really using my Canon P more than anything these days, so let's just stick to the tried and true. Plus, look how nice this looks on the P. Don't be childish. It's got an ISO rating of 3 to 8000, which is honestly just insane for film shooters, but I guess Sony bros can have a field day too if they want. Similar to using something like my Rebel 2000, when using this light meter, I've been getting in the habit of setting my ISO and then just kind of bouncing back and forth between shutter or aperture priority, just depending on the situation. The Canon P having only up to 1/1000 of a second sometimes can be a little tricky in harsh lighting conditions, but one of the best features has to be the USB-C. No more hunting down weird watch batteries that either don't fit or die halfway through a shoot. USB-C is quickly becoming the standard across most gear, and having it here just makes everything easier when packing the night before, or when you're already on location and just need a quick top up. Now, full disclosure, Qi did send me this light meter to try out, but you know, they did assure me that my thoughts could be my own, so we're gonna keep it real when it comes to my findings. Now, the LD meter does take a little bit of getting used to just because of the one action button and one toggle wheel, but after a few minutes, it really did kind of streamline my workflow when being out in the field, and it's a lot faster than pulling out your phone. Alex wanted me to talk to the camera a little bit before we get there, and I don't really have anything to say, but we are going to take some pictures, and they're going to be bad. To give this meter a fair go at a normal outing, where anything could go wrong, I went out to the desert with my good friend Alex, and we made sure that we picked a spot where there wouldn't be a coffee shop or anything else where we could escape from the elements. Really just see how this gear performed in the middle of nowhere.
It's hot. Oh yeah, I don't like this.
I'd been here once in the past, but I'd brought expired film and I've always wanted to come back, so this was a good excuse. F5.6, we get a little separation, and then we'll get a reading. And hey, we got an exposure. Not that I wasn't expecting it, but it's actually pretty decent. Once we got there, I headed inside to test the drastic contrasting nature of shooting indoors and out through blazing hot desert landscapes through the windows.
Bro, this camera's insane.
You're in the room?
There are things in this world we will never fully understand.
Okay, I promise to stop doing that now. But honestly, there were a few things this trip that we couldn't fully explain. I know, mostly the bad pictures, but it's Halloween. What do you think that is?
What the is that? Probably dropped down because the rain got wet.
It's so bubbly. start rapping now?
Yeah.
Okay. The Canon P was already filled with an almost finished roll of Color Plus, so I put some Portra in, just to make sure I had that latitude as the sun went down that night.
This is my house, guys. I pay at least $2,800.
That's pretty good for California.
It's not bad. But I'm afraid to go over there. I just don't want anything falling on me. That's my main thing.
Something literally fell out of Just as I taunted the spirits, a piece of ceiling or possible paranormal ectoplasm dropped to the floor right in front of me.
Thank you. Oh, you meant the camera.
I have to admit, I'm really liking the way these shots are turning out. I'm so sick of using my phone to meter these days, that more than often, I'm usually dependent on Sunny 16. But having this right here on the camera gave me that extra sense of security to quickly capture my ideas before I second guess them too much.
Yeah, why did you do this to your house, dude?
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The pea soup special is still on from the last time I was here. I love that light that's peeking through right there. That's so cool.
That's pretty sexy.
Smacky. You need a new gaming keyboard? As we entered the kitchen, I noticed a perfectly new dog bowl sitting on a tabletop. This is like a brand new dog bowl.
What? I just heard someone. That's good.
As soon as I called it out, we heard what could only be described as footsteps overhead. When in doubt exploring forgotten places with cliche film cameras, always remember, when the graffiti stops, turn around.
Definitely heard walking.
You heard a voice?
I heard walking, then I heard like someone move something.
You're recording this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. They take MasterCard. Did this used to be a vending machine? Yeah, it's like a Coke machine.
Yeah, the back of it's gone.
It's day one with the LD meter, and we'll cut it there and see where we go tomorrow. I also don't love this lens for night photography, but we'll see. So yeah, my findings in the desert were actually pretty successful. But as luck would have it, my Pentax came back early from getting CLA'd, and I knew this was going to be the perfect pairing for some night shots, relying mostly on the laser pointer to snag proper focus. And it just so happens that my Pentax had the perfect little mount on the handle for the Qi meter. So you could say these two were destined to dance in the moonlight together. Alright, so we're out here over a childhood mall in the local area that, I've been coming to since I was a kid. It is a place that I have a project I've been working on for the last couple months, something I'm not ready to show yet, but for a mall that has almost no stores inside, for whatever reason during the holiday season, and by holiday I mean Halloween, they seem to do this autumn fair situation, with some small carnival rides, pumpkin carving, stuff like that, so we'll see if they'll let me in, because I'm not really sure they're going to let me take a Pentax in there. Luckily, they were pretty cool about me grabbing a shot really fast without having to pay for the cover charge. I'm pretty damn happy with how these ones turned out, and as much as I wanted to stay, it was kind of a hectic environment for a tripod. I thought I'd limbo between a few other locations close by that I've been putting off shooting for some time now, and I'm glad I finally did. Sometimes it's not about if the image is good, it's about checking things off your list, because it breaks that habit of you second guessing yourself. You never know who you're gonna run into when shooting. Some guy just gave me his card. He's like, please, bring that camera and come take a picture of me and my wife sometime. Now again, the UI interface is kind of difficult sometimes between there being only one action button and one toggle wheel, but if you guys are playing Silksong, this is nothing. If I were to have some drawbacks about this light meter, it really would fall mostly under the rangefinder laser. I just blinded myself. If you're traveling with gear on sticks, this is probably not a problem because you can just leave your camera and the meter continuously using the laser, and then you can walk up and really kind of define where you want your placement, depending how far that distance is from your composition. But for someone like me, who was walking around free-handed, the laser past 20-ish yards in broad daylight was almost non-existent to the naked eye. I mean, I don't expect them to make something as powerful as Alan Wake's flashlight.
I knew you were gonna say something like that!
But because of that, I don't know that it's a feature that I'm going to use that often, since I don't use cameras that can't pull focus on their own. But who knows, I might, and I'm glad it's there if I need it. Because the meter itself always seems to be pretty accurate for the most part. She offers a few different versions of this model, and in this video, I've been using the Pro version. The spot metering is a pretty tight range compared to the lower tier version, and considering the price difference, I really think the Pro is worth the investment. Plus, it takes up about a quarter of the space of normal gear, which is a really nice bonus when going for a hike or packing for a ridiculous trip to the desert. So I'll have a link down in the description. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, all those silly things to ask for, but it really does help the channel out in fighting against the algorithm, so I can keep bringing you guys videos like this one. And thank you to my boy Philip for the amazing scans on this video, as always. And I'll see you guys next time when we rebrand the channel to a ghost hunting page. God damn, brother. Someone tell Vin Diesel to calm down.